let's talk about a ghost in the machine. And no, this isn't science fiction anymore. We're in a brand new, kind of scary era of digital deception. It's all being powered by artificial intelligence that can mimic, manipulate, and steal with a precision that is just terrifying. To really get a handle on how we got here, we actually have to go back in time and look at the original master of this game.
Yeah, to understand where we're headed, you have to know about the legend, the hacker Kevin Mitnick. His whole philosophy was brilliantly simple. Why waste time trying to crack some complex firewall when you could just call someone up and ask for the password? He proved it over and over again. The easiest thing to hack isn't a computer, it's a person.
Okay, now just imagine taking Mitnick's genius and giving it infinite scale. What if a social engineer could call 1,000 people, all at once in 10 different languages, and cook up a unique psychological attack for every single person, all based on their social media data? Well, that's not a hypothetical anymore. That is the world we're living in right now.
All right, so let's move away from theory and get into a real-world case that honestly sent chills down the spine of the financial world. And this isn't a story about malware or some virus. This is about one single, devastatingly convincing phone call.
The way this attack went down was just surgical. The AI didn't just clone the CEO's voice. Oh no, it mimicked his exact tone, the little phrases he always used, and get this, it even faked the sound of traffic in the background just like his normal morning commute. It created this intense urgency with a totally believable story, and then, to make it seem even more legit, it followed up on a completely different channel, WhatsApp. I mean, the CFO really never stood a chance.
And just like that, $300,000 gone, in less time than it takes to brew a pot of coffee. This is the new reality. No code was broken, no servers were breached. The only thing that got hacked was an employee's trust.
So you have to be asking, how is any of this even possible? Well, the attack we just walked through, it wasn't some one-off stroke of lightning. It was done using a new generation of incredibly powerful and really accessible AI tools. You could literally call them weapons of mass psychological destruction.
You know, for decades, hacking was all about finding glitches in the software. But the entire game has shifted. Social engineering 2.0 isn't about software bugs, it's about exploiting human bugs. You know, our built-in programming to trust people, to act fast under pressure, and to believe what we hear with our own ears.
I mean, look at this new arsenal. There are voice cloning engines that only need 3 seconds of your voice from an Instagram story. You've got these things called persuasive LLMs like WormGPT, which are basically digital psychopaths trained to manipulate people with zero ethics. And now, real-time deepfake video for live calls. But the absolute scariest part, this isn't secret government tech. It's for sale, available to almost anyone for a pretty small monthly fee.
Now, you might be thinking that, only older folks or maybe people who aren't so tech-savvy fall for these kinds of scams. But the data shows the complete opposite. It's the C-level execs, lawyers, even IT pros who are the prime targets now. And there's a really good reason for that.
Remember, for years, banks sold us on this idea that my voice is my password. Yeah, well, that technology is officially dead. AI can fake a voice print so perfectly that those systems are completely useless. And what's worse, they give us this false sense of security, which actually makes us more vulnerable.
Look, if you take away only one single thing from all this, please let it be this. The basic, fundamental assumption we all have that a voice we recognize is a voice we can trust, that's broken. It's over. From here on out, we all have to live with the fact that anything we hear could be an incredibly sophisticated fake. So why are executives such perfect targets? Well, it's this dangerous cocktail of a few things. First, they often think they're too smart to get tricked. Second, they have the keys to the kingdom, really high-value access. And third, and this is crucial, they are always busy, always in a rush, which means they have basically no time to double-check an urgent request, and that's the exact window these attacks need to work.
Okay, so we've laid out the threat. It's scary, it's definitely real, and it's growing fast. But, and this is important, you are not powerless here. The best defense against AI deception isn't just better technology. It's about building a better human firewall.
And building this defense comes down to some really simple non-techie rules. First, and this is a big one, set up a family safe word. Yeah, like in a spy movie. It's an old trick that is incredibly effective. Second, use what's called out-of-band verification. So if a big request comes in on the phone, verify it on a totally separate, secure channel, like Signal. And last, you have to break the algorithm.
Ask a personal question an AI just can't find online. Like, hey, what was that weird thing we ate for dinner on vacation last year?
So here are 4 things you can do the second this is over. Stop using text messages for two-factor authentication. It's just not secure anymore. Use an app like Google Authenticator. Set up that family safe word today. Make your social media private, just to limit how much of your voice is out there. And adopt this new mantra, never trust, always verify. Hang up and call them back on a number you already have saved.
But here's the thing. Even as we're building up our human firewalls, the attacks are getting smarter. We are right at the very beginning of an AI arms race, a digital Cold War between the bad AI and the good AI.
And the speed of this change is just staggering. I mean, in 2023, we were seeing pretty clumsy voice scams. Just 1 year later, a company lost $25 million in a deep-fake video conference call with multiple fake people. What's next? They're calling them swarm attacks, where groups of AIs work together to launch these incredibly complex psychological assaults that no human could possibly defend against in real time.
So this is the future battlefield. On one side, you have malicious AI built for deception, and on the other, you'll have an AI shield, like a personal security guard on your phone, listening to your calls, analyzing them for any sign of a deepfake, and warning you on the spot. And we're going to be the ones caught right in the middle of this high-speed fight.
And that brings us to the last and maybe the most important question. In a world where technology can perfectly fake reality, when your own eyes and ears can be used against you, what's left to trust? You know, maybe the only thing an AI can't really fake is that gut feeling, that little bit of human intuition that just tells you something isn't right. In this crazy new world, your own skepticism might just be the best antivirus you've got.